Welcome to ancient Greece. We are the Marymount Greek Chorus. Join us as we take a tour of Mount Olympus. Join us as we bring the Greek myths to life.
Long, long ago, the citizens of ancient Greece marveled at the wonders of the world around them. They were transfixed by the power of volcanoes.
Ooh, lava!
They pondered the change of seasons. And after long cold winter, the leaves and flowers begin to bloom again. And in the summer, it's really hot and you can go to the beach and build sandcastles. And they were amazed by the stars that lit up the night sky. And so the citizens of ancient Greece created gods and goddesses, each with a story, each with a power to explain life's mysteries. The gods and goddesses lived together on Mount Olympus, a mountain so high that no human can see their activity. At the start, there was Gaia. I am Gaia, source of all life. I came in the darkness so long ago that no one knows when and no one knows how.
There was her grandson, Zeus.
I am Zeus, the most powerful of all gods! My weapon is the lightning bolt. With it I can govern the sky and earth and secure my place as the most powerful of all gods!
Thunder! Feel the thunder!
Yes!
Lightning and thunder!
Oh yeah! I am Poseidon, god of sea. My weapon is trident. When I take the water, the waves are as high in the sky. I am Hades, god of the underworld. My weapon is a cap of invisibility. When I wear it, I can sneak up on my enemies without being seen. Zeus also had 3 sisters.
I'm Hera, goddess of marriage and family. I'm also Zeus's wife.
I am Demeter, goddess of fertility. I tend to the fields and the flowers with my daughter Persephone. I am Hestia, keeper of the hearth and attender of the fire of the world. Zeus shared his throne on Mount Olympus with his brothers and his sisters and all of their children. Together they served as the major gods of ancient Greece. You should have seen their family reunions. I am Ares, son of Zeus, god of war. I'm always very busy with my sword and shield at my side.
I am Aphrodite, the goddess of love. People love to paint my picture.
I am Hermes, herald and messenger of all gods. Hey, I just bring the news. I don't make it. I am Persephone, daughter of Demeter and goddess of spring. It's nice to be back from the underworld. More on that later. I am Athena, goddess of wisdom and art. I'm a royal headed to my father Zeus. I am Apollo, god of the sun. You can thank me for all your lovely tans.
I am Dionysus, the youngest of all gods and god of wine. I'm so popular that I get invited to all parties and celebrations.
The gods and goddesses had wonderful times on Mount Olympus. They feasted on ambrosia and nectar, which heightened their immortality. Eat up. The Greek gods and goddesses also had many human flaws, as well as jealousy, curiosity, and greed. The people of ancient Greece worshipped these gods and did their best to keep them happy.
They believed that if there was thunder, the gods were in the middle of a heated argument.
And when it was sunny, it meant the gods were getting along.
Though humans could never climb to the top of Mount Olympus, the gods usually descended to Earth, dressed as humans or animals.
They were mischievous gods and couldn't help but cause trouble.
Who? Us?
Today we share 4 stories.
All of them stories of when you angered the gods.
We proudly present
The Greek myths.
The myth of Arachne. Athena was the daughter of Zeus. After Zeus swallowed her mother, the goddess Metis, Athena sprang forth from her father's head.
fully grown and wearing the armor and helmet that her mother had made while inside Zeus's body. Athena was wise and strong, the goddess of wisdom and Zeus's favorite child.
My dear Athena, you are my most treasured child. I will grant you any wish you desire. Simply ask, and it shall be so.
Though I am the goddess of wisdom, I long for creativity as well. Kind Father, bless me with the gift of artistry, and I shall be content.
Zeus kept his promise, and Athena became a master of craftsmanship and the goddess to artists. She was the inventor of the loom and presented all her gifts for all mankind to enjoy.
With this invention, I can create the most exquisite tapestries, using colors from the universe and threads spun from the softest of clouds, red from the sunset, and blue from the night sky.
Everyone in Greece worshipped the artistry of Athena until one day a young maiden, the proud Arachne, challenged the goddess.
Excuse me? Who dares challenge the goddess Athena?
Patience, please. I'm just getting to that. Arachne was a young girl who lived in Lydia, famous for its purple dye. Her joy was weaving, and she wore the most beautiful clothes anyone has ever seen.
Look at my craftsmanship. I make men weep at my artwork. And the skill of my hands, I'm the greatest weaver in all the world. The greatest since the world began, no doubt. In fact, call me crazy, but I think I can weave better than Athena herself.
Oh, no, she didn't!
Oh, yes, I did.
Athena heard this, of course. The gods were always very quick to hear criticism and even swifter to act against it. Athena was hurt and dismayed by Arachne's words, for she truly cherished mortals and only wished for their betterment. However, this disrespect could not go unpunished.
You poor child. You do not know how foolish you are.
Athena disguised herself as an old woman and went down to earth to Arachne's house. She met with Arachne and gave her the opportunity to correct her mistake.
Your work is beautiful, child. But you dare compare yourself to the goddess Athena. Why not be content to be the best among mortals and leave the work of the gods to the gods themselves? Because I'm better than the gods. Let the goddess Athena come down and measure skill against mine.
And with that, the goddess Athena threw off her disguise.
Uh-oh. Foolish Arachne, you are a vain girl. I am the goddess Athena, the very goddess you have dared to mock. Your wishes come to pass. Sit down at your loom and let us compete. Your own villagers will be the judge and jury. 7 days from now, you will set your loom in the meadow, and I shall set mine in place, and we will have a contest. If you win, I will refrain from any punishment. And if I win, it is your life.
On the day of competition, Athena and Arachne set in their looms to begin their work. For days, the two spun their crafts. The villagers came from near and far to witness this magical sight. Though Arachne's loom produced a rich and beautiful canvas, it was no match for the goddess Athena, who seemed to weave the very sky into her fabric.
Dear goddess Athena, please forgive me for my vanity. It is true that you are the greatest in craftsmanship. Please spare me my humble little life. I take pity on you, Arachne, for though you are a proud girl, you are, in fact, very talented. I shall spare your life. But since you seem to enjoy weaving so much, you will spend your life weaving forever, so that you may never forget the fate that befalls those who challenge the gods.
And with that, Athena changed Arachne into a spider.
Go on, foolish girl. Spin your thread and weave your empty net forever.
And that is why spiders are called arachnids by those who know them best.
loudest arguments on Mount Olympus always took place between Zeus and his wife Hera. Hera was the most powerful and splendid of all the goddesses.
Oh, stop, narrator. You're too much.
But she was also the most jealous of the goddesses, and she was fiercely suspicious of her husband.
Good morning, my dear husband. Where are you off to so early?
I will be taking another trip down to Earth today. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Earth, whatever for?
Why, to check on the fields and pastures. I want to make sure Demeter has all the fertility under control.
Will you be long?
No longer than usual. See that Mount Olympus is taken care of in my absence.
Hera was not fooled by her husband and knew his trips to Earth were to visit his many mortal wives. For Zeus, the mightiest of all gods, made it a priority to have many children. The more children Zeus had, the more powerful his reign would be. Hera decided right then and there she would put a stop to it.
I will follow him down to Earth this time, and I wrath will be felt on all the land!
In truth, Hera's suspicions were well founded. On this particular day, Zeus had decided to visit one of his wives, a beautiful mortal named Io.
My dear Io, you are the most beautiful of all my mortal wives.
You are the mightiest of all gods. How privileged am I to be your wife.
Their polite conversation was interrupted when Zeus noticed Hera in the distance, fast approaching, the fire of rage burning in her eyes.
Io, forgive for what I'm about to do.
And with that, he quickly turned Io into a cow.
Excuse me, what did you say? My dear, you must trust me. Hera is on her way. And if she sees you, you'll feel her wrath for all eternity. That's a very long time. Do not worry, my dear. I will keep you safe.
Hello, my dear husband. Surprised to see me?
My dear wife, what a pleasant surprise. How good of you to come visit me. It must have been that you missed me terribly.
Yeah, that's the exact reason why I came.
Well, not much to report, unfortunately. The fields and pastures are doing very well. See how beautiful and healthy the cows are?
Beautiful indeed.
But Hera was not fooled. She knew the trickery of her husband, so she decided to play a little trick of her own.
In fact, now that I think of it, this is the most beautiful cow I've ever seen. I've never seen one so white or with such dark, exquisite eyes. Ooh. Oh, how I wish I had a cow of my own. May I keep her?
Keep her? But my dear, you are an all-powerful goddess. What do you want with just a silly little cow?
Are you denying my wish, Zeus?
Zeus was trapped. He knew he would either have to grant Hera her wish or confess, and so he gave Io the cow to his wife as a gift.
Your wish is my command.
Oh, thank you. I will take extra care of this precious gift.
All right, I'll just be back on Mount Olympus then.
Bye.
Deep down, Hera was still enraged. Of course, she knew that Io was a cow transformed from a beautiful maiden, and so she chained the poor cow to a tree in a remote pasture and summoned her trusty servant Argus.
Argus! Argus! Argus!
Argus at your service.
Argus, I need you to keep your eyes on this cow. Are you up to it?
Am I up to it? Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
Have you noticed I've worn a dress cover my entire body? I've never shut more than half of them at a time, even when I'm asleep.
Well, from now on, you are not to shut a single eye or turn anyone away from this very cow.
Trust me, I've got my eyes on it.
Poor Io, she was trapped, forced to walk on all fours, eat grass, and move for the rest of her life.
Moo.
Meanwhile, Zeus took pity on poor Io, but fear of his wife's wrath prevented him from daring to help her. At last he called for his son Hermes, the official messenger of all gods and the craftiest of all his children.
Hermes! 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 Hermes, use your cunning and find a way to trick the watchman Argus and free Io.
Your will is my mission, Dad.
And so Hermes traveled to Earth and disguised himself as a shepherd. He walked up to Argus and Io, playing a beautiful tune upon a shepherd's pipe. Argus, having nothing to do but watch a cow all day, was delighted to hear some music.
Welcome, my friend. Boy, are you a sign of sore eyes.
I'm a tired old chap. I'm traveling for many years. May I stop and rest by you for a while?
Do, please do. Tell me, good shepherd, where are you from?
It's interesting you should ask that. Where should I start? Many years ago.
Hermes began to tell Argus a long and boring story.
And then there was this time I counted all the grains of sand on the shore.
Grains of sand, sandy sand.
1, 2, 3. Just to see how many there were. 4, 5, 6 grains of sand. 7, 8, 9.
I love the beach, especially sleeping on the beach. A nice little nappy pillow.
It had no point and no end, and one by one, each of Argus's eyes began to sleep.
That's when I started watching this tiny slug. It moved very slowly.
I love slugs. Slugs are the best.
And then I watched as that little slug moved inch by inch by inch.
And after a long while, the last of Argus's many eyes finally shut. Hermes had bored him to death. Once Argus's eyes were no longer watching, Hermes threw off the disguise and quickly freed Io.
Holy cow! I can move!
Io, I am Hermes, son of Zeus. He has taken pity on you, so I set you free. Run home to your father and never speak of this again.
Thank you, Hermes. Thank you for giving me back my life.
Hera was furious when she returned to find that Io had been set free and that her beloved servant Zeus was bored to death.
Zeus!
Well, my dear, if it means
She
so
brought
much.
her around to her husband, who pretended once again he had no idea what she was talking about.
Well, my dear, if it means so much to you, I'll make it up to you. Hermes, go fetch my dear wife another cow.
I don't want another cow. I wanted that one. And I know you two are behind this, and if I ever find proof, you will pay dearly. And my dear Argus, so you will never be forgotten, I will take your 100 eyes and place them on a tail of a peacock. From this day forward, it will remain the most beautiful bird on earth.
And that is how the peacock inherited its colorful feathers.
While the gods sat upon Mount Olympus, feasting on nectar, there was a young Titan, Prometheus, who yearned to make the world of mortals wiser and better than it had ever been before. There came a time when Prometheus challenged Zeus and asked him why he refused to give the human world fire.
With fire, humans will be able to warm themselves. They will be able to warm themselves and cook their harvest to nourish their families. Without it, they are no better off than the beasts. Fires are only for the gods! It is far too powerful for lowly mortals. They will only misuse it, or worse. They will become strong and wise like us, and after a while, they might drive us from our kingdom. Sorry, but the answer is no. And what if I asked Hestia directly? After all, she is the keeper of the hearth. Surely she'd listen to reason. I have given you your answer. Do not cross me, Prometheus!
But Prometheus was a proud Titan, and he was determined to help the mortals. So he climbed to the top of Mount Olympus and stole an ember from the sacred heart of Hestia. Prometheus gave fire to the humans, providing them with new warmth, strength, and power.
Yay! Fire! 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 I'm sorry I betrayed you, Zeus.
But when I saw this mortal shivering at night, forced to eat raw meat, I had no choice but to intervene.
This cannot go unpunished! From this day forward, you shall be forever chained to that rock!
Forever?
It won't be so bad. You're allowed to have visitors.
Zeus was also angry with the mortals for accepting the others, and decided he would punish them as well. No longer would they live in the blissful shadow of the gods.
Let them keep their fire. I will make them 10 times more miserable than before they had it.
Zeus was a clever god, so he devised a clever punishment. His punishment for the mortals would take form in a beautiful woman, the first woman on earth.
I will create a gift for the earth, a beautiful girl. She will look like our own Aphrodite and be blessed with a gift from each of the gods. Hephaestus, I order you to mold this girl out of clay. Aphrodite, crown her with jewels and beauty. Athena, give her wisdom and craft. Apollo, teach her how to sing. And I will give her the greatest of human gifts, curiosity. And we shall name her Pandora, which means all gifted.
When Pandora was ready to be given to Earth, Zeus ordered Hermes to present her with one final gift.
I present to you, Pandora, your final gift. This beautiful box.
Gee, thanks. How'd you know I wanted a box?
Take it with you to Earth and never open it.
Wait, why? What's inside the box?
Just promise that you'll never open it.
It's getting late. Earth must be waiting for me. Time to go.
And so Pandora was placed on Earth. Zeus took vengeance by presenting Pandora to Prometheus' twin brother. Prometheus had warned Epimetheus to beware of Zeus, but he was so struck by Pandora's beauty, he forgot all prior warnings.
You are gracious and forgiving God indeed to present me such a beautiful wife. I thought you would have it out for me after my brother betrayed you.
All is forgiven. Good luck in your new lives together. Trust me, you'll need it.
Pandora was a blessed young woman, now happily married and with every gift a mortal could ask for. But she was not perfectly happy. As the days passed, she could not stop thinking about what might be inside the box.
How I wish I could open it. I know I have everything, but if I can only see a tiny glimpse of what's inside this box, somehow I just know my life will finally be complete.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you. My brother betrayed the gods and look what happened. It's for your own good, your wife.
It was not long before Zeus's gift of curiosity finally got the best of Pandora. She could no longer wait to see what was inside the box. In the middle of the night, Pandora snuck out of her house and crept to the garden. She carefully placed the box on the ground.
It's only a box. I'm sure that one small peek won't do me any harm. Besides, who will ever know?
Carefully, Pandora took out a little key and opened the mysterious box in the box.
Wait.
No sooner had she opened it than a terrible wind came forth, and out from the box flew a swarm of human miseries. Greed!
Mine! It's all mine!
Slander!
I'm not one to gossip, but a little birdie told me.
Vanity!
Enough about you, what about me?
And all the other evils of the world that have been spared up until that moment. Horrified at what she had done, she desperately tried to contain the miseries and put them back to the box.
Pandora, what have you done? Close the box.
But it was too late. She had lost all of them but one. Pandora clapped the lid on the box before hope had a chance to fly away.
Hope? At least I still have hope?
So even though Pandora made her tragic mistake and released mysteries into the world, she was still able to save hope. And that is why, though the world is not perfect and mysteries do occur, we still hang on to tomorrow, always filled with hope that things will get better with time.
The myth of Persephone. As the goddess of fertility, Demeter was in charge of all the fields and crops, and assured the earth of good harvest and abundant life. Zeus was very fond of Demeter, and appreciative of all he did for the earth, and so he made Demeter his wife. Together, they had a beautiful daughter, who they named Persephone. Persephone gave Demeter so much joy that she never let her daughter out of her sight. When Demeter went to the earth to look after the fields and trees, she brought Persephone with her.
Come, Persephone, my cherished child. Let us sprinkle the flowers with the dewdrops of heaven.
Persephone was raised among the flowers and was even told that she looked like a flower herself. It was she who named all the flowers in the world.
You are as bright as the sun, and I shall name you the sunflower. You are as delicate as the wind, and I shall name you daisy.
She would dance and laugh in the fields, and with her laughter came much happiness and sunshine from the gods. And it was this laughter that caught the attention of Hades, the god of the underworld.
Who dare wake me up in the middle of my beauty sleep?
Now, Hades was known to be a gloomy and grumpy god, and one who kept mostly to himself, hidden in the caves of the underworld. But hearing the laughter of Persephone suddenly stirred love in his heart.
What is this strange feeling that's come over me? Why is my frown turning upside down? I feel happy. Oh, how I wish I could have this girl as my wife to live with me in the underworld and bring her laughter to my tedious days.
But Hades knew that Demeter would never part from her beloved daughter, and so he devised a mischievous plan to capture the beautiful girl.
Mother, the sun is so high in the sky today. Please let me go gather flowers in the meadow.
My dear daughter, you know I desire to grant you every last request. But there is more danger in the world than your young heart may know.
Please, Mother, I promise I will return before dark. The flowers are so beautiful and plentiful, and I will make the most beautiful crown.
Very well, but do not go too far or rest behind the trees where I cannot see you.
Thank you, Mother. I will do as you say.
But in her excitement, Persephone forgot to heed her mother's warning. She strayed too far for her mother to see her. In the flattest part of the meadow, the ground split open. In an instant, Hades reached up from the underworld and snatched the girl, dragging her down below. The ground quickly covered up the hole, and silence fell upon the land. Demeter realized instantly that something was wrong and called out urgently for her daughter.
Persephone? Persephone, come back! Where are you? Persephone!
Persephone had vanished without a trace, and Hades led the frightened girl to his home in the underworld.
Do not be afraid, Persephone. You will be happy here. How can I ever be happy in a home such as this, where the sun will never again touch my skin? I will give you any gift your heart desires. I will give you a throne of flat marble and all the jewels you could ever want. You shall be the queen of the underworld. I have no use for cold jewels. I love the warmth of the summer air and the delicacy of the flowers. They are my jewels. I do not want to be queen of the underworld. I want to be with my mother. Enough complaining. What is done is done. You must remain with me here now. In time, you will learn to be happier. This might take longer than I thought.
In the meantime, Demeter had talked with all the birds and discovered what had happened to her precious daughter. In a rage, she went to the god Zeus.
You know, I've always been especially fond of you, Demeter. I oblige you this way whenever your fields are thirsty. But what is it you ask of me now?
Your brother Hades has stolen our daughter and dragged her down to the underworld to be his queen. You must rescue her immediately. Justice! Justice must be had!
Please calm yourself. The weak part of difference is Hades is a powerful god and will make a good husband for our daughter. I cannot make such a demand of my own brother.
Anyone but Hades. Persephone is a flower child, daughter of the morning. No ray of sunshine ever pierces that dark hole he calls his kingdom. She will wither and die.
Don't be absurd. She's the daughter of Zeus. She will survive.
And with that, this is Mrs. White, tired of her fight. Demeter's sorrow was uncontrollable, and she wept day after day for her daughter. Weeks passed, and Zeus began to receive complaints from the mortals. Soil was dry, crops were dying, and no blood
I admit I may have not been entirely fair, but can we find some compromise?
While my daughter is away, I will weep. As I am the goddess of fertility, while she is away, nothing will grow. No grass will spring. No tree will bear fruit. And the earth will grow as dry and shriveled as my heart.
Somehow, I don't think that is going to ease the mortals. Very well. She will be allowed to leave Hades as long as she's not eaten the food of the underworld. If she has, she'll have to remain there forever. There is nothing I can do. I will go and send Hermes to rescue Persephone and bring her home to you.
I'm sure she has not eaten. Her soul will be too heavy to eat.
But in fact, Persephone had been growing weak with hunger. And though nothing grew in the underworld, there was one single tree that lived in Hades' garden.
Dun, 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 dun.
Come, Persephone, and taste of my pomegranate. I'm sure you've never tasted such sweet, juicy fruit.
That is very generous of you to share the fruit of your only tree. Perhaps I have underestimated you after all.
In truth, the cunning Hades knew that once she had taken the bite from the pomegranate, she would never be able to return home to the earth's surface. Persephone had eaten 6 seeds when Hermes finally arrived to take her back to the earth.
Persephone, your father Zeus has declared that you are to come home to return to your mother. Come with me and I shall bring you home, where the lands bloom under the blessings of the sun.
Oh, thank you, Hermes. I knew my mother would not leave me here for eternity.
But Hades interrupted before the departure.
Not so fast, my friends. Persephone has eaten of the fruit of the underworld. Since she has eaten 6 seeds, she must remain with me here for 6 months of the year. You may return to Earth for now, but I will see you soon again, my dear.
Hades smiled as he watched Persephone leave, for he knew that she would be returning to him. When Demeter saw her daughter again, she ran to her with joy.
My dear daughter, how I have missed you. Together we shall make nature bloom all year round.
I am sorry, Demeter, but it cannot be. Persephone has eaten of the pomegranate, 6 seeds.
I will have to return to the underworld for 6 months every year. It is my punishment. I shall cry without you. Don't cry, Mother. We must be happy for the time that we have.
You raised our daughter well, Demeter. Persephone is wise beyond her years. Let us take her advice and put this drought and famine to an end.
Very well. While you are here with me, I shall smile upon the earth, and everything shall bloom in my joy. But for the 6 months that you are away, I will weep, and the earth will weep with me. While I'm away, while you are away, nothing shall grow, and the earth will grow dry and hard.
That is why there are seasons, in which summer and winter are as they are. But when Persephone returns to her mother in the spring, the sun shines. And when she returns to me in the fall, the earth must sleep under frost.